Hey, we are back with another episode of Terra Invicta. This is episode 29. And today there will be heartbreak, romance. I don't know, maybe. That's what I'm hoping will be present today. The first thing I want to do.
Let's be honest, Caleb, you just want the heartbreak.
Well, yeah. What else? What is the romance going to lead to, Seth? Happiness?
No, I mean, like you. No, what my point is, like you could give or take the romance. You really just want the heartbreak.
Well,
that's
listen,
right. I just gave up.
Romance is one of the best ways to get heartbreak. That's what I'm saying. Start with the romance and then kill off the love interest. Heartbreak. So first thing I want to do is show off this fancy new token. So I have decided to for y'all's birthday. I've been wanting to get you like I want to like regularly get my friends birthday presents, but I'm like I never can think of what to get people. And so I was like, you know what? I could just commission art for them. And so for Jordan's birthday, we got him a new Audrin token to his specifications.
Yeah, who's that handsome
Who's
feller?
that handsome guy?
Oh.
So
Suddenly Takui is all eyes on Audrin.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was Audrin's underling, and I just forgot what the token looked like.
Awesome. So that's Audrin. And
he looks so clean cut.
But yeah, so we'll get new art for everybody on a rotating basis here as people's birthdays come and go. So I think next on the list will be Anna. We'll get some new art. So
when it comes to my birthday, cool. I need a token customized for every single wild shape.
Every single wild shape.
Yeah. Instead of me getting a character one, can you actually for my birthday get a cuter? Well, I really like the reef shark already, so maybe upgrade the pink spider.
Yeah. Well, the funny thought I just had, technically I could get like little like easy chibi versions of each of the animals. That would be kind of fun.
That would be hilarious and very weird.
Yeah. That might be a cheaper thing is what I'm saying mainly, right? Like little chibi versions.
All you would need to do to the reef shark, though, is just extend the mouth into more of a little smile. And that's all you'd need.
Sure.
And give it anime eyes.
I don't know why I love the reef shark one so much.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, so when we last left our heroes, they had just fought a bunch of squiddy things, including a baby kraken and a bunch of giant octopi. And they had to fix the sea wyvern because of this encounter. And so it's now January 30th when you guys are setting out. I think that's correct. I think I either way, even if it isn't correct, I'm going to say this is the right one because I think I might have done weird.
I had us finishing the boat repairs at January 29th.
Perfect. Then
so
January
the 30th makes sense.
Is when you set out. Yep. Perfect. Full day of travel ahead of you on January 30th. So there are 6 days to Namibe, the tiefling village that you're going to be getting supplies at. And rolled for navigation. You guys are good. I rolled some random encounters. So they did come up, but it was another Merid. It was...
No,
wait. We said we were going to skip that. I thought we were gonna go to court now.
Wait a second. Wait, let me double check.
No, if the Merid comes back, we get Harpo back. If the Genie comes back, we go to court.
Wait. Let me double check. Yeah. So I rolled a 95, which is a Merid. I rolled a 55, which I just wasn't interested in, and then 100, which is another spirit troll. Do you guys want Harpo to show up again? Already.
Well, just like say that we wave at him as like he like floats by again. He's like, "Oh, hey."
Right. And then, but this time you're not. This time you're not gonna try to.
No.
Him. Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
I imagine it's like we float by him again, but this time like there's someone not keeping an eye on him. Like there's another genie right there, or something like that.
Right. No, I think it is literally
he's like on parole.
Yeah, it'd be January 31st that this happens.
Technically is.
And Harpo, just like floats by again, waves to you guys, but I assume you don't do anything about it because you're like, well, we don't want to anger the genie synod, whatever that is. So yeah, we just see Harpo floating by again. I swear, this is just going to be a recurring thing. You'll just be floating wherever you guys happen to be.
Yeah, and just wave
I
as it
think
goes
you
by.
might need to rework the random encounter table.
Nah,
Just,
it's
like,
fine.
Plug and unplug a little bit.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, the thing is, like, I'm fine with it being like just disregard results that aren't interesting. But I don't need it to be like, oh, it has to be something different every time. I'm fine with it just being like, yeah, we didn't roll anything interesting this time. We can just move on. There's plenty of other stuff going on. We don't need to necessarily keep like every time there doesn't need to be a random encounter. So
we already fought the ghost ship. It's not interesting if we fight another ghost ship.
Yeah, exactly. And I could rework the random encounter table to make it so it's not things you've encountered before or whatever. But whatever. That sounds like work to me. So there's a 6-day trip to Namibe as you're going down the coast here. So let me real quick drag you guys to this again. So you are now at Namibe. Let me reveal it. I didn't have it originally on the map because you guys weren't planned to stop at it. So, and
what day is this?
You were planned to stop at it in the adventure, but your the expedition wasn't planned to stop at it. So I figured I'd keep it hidden until then. The day is going to be, what is it? February 5th when you arrive at Namibe.
A couple days away from Valentine's Day. That's when the real romance happens.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, the coastline here is settled by several...
I don't think Valentine's Day has been invented yet.
Well, it's whatever Saint Valentine. I think Saint Valentine might have existed by this point. It's 16 whatever. Yeah, he's a 3rd century Roman saint. Of course, Valentine's Day is a thing. I don't know if it's been made into a romance day yet, but Valentine's Day. Let's take a look at the history of Valentine's Day for my amusement. Yeah, when did it become Romance Day? Connection with romantic love. Well, I guess it's pretty early on been connected to romantic love. At the very least, posthumously, like people like retroactively made it about love by finding things in the original story. Let's see. The earliest surviving Valentine is a 15th century rondeau written by Charles, Duke of Orleans, to his wife, which commences Je suis déjà de mortane, matre douce Valentine. Whatever. However that's supposed to be in French. I don't know what that is in English. So 15th century, Valentine's Day is already romantic. The end. That is true about our world. So yeah, if you guys want to give each other Valentines, we can do that episode.
Filler episode.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of what this episode is that's what it's gonna feel like, at least, probably. The coastline here is settled by several peaceful tiefling tribes, descendants of the far-flung Ibaye Empire. The village of Namibe, the southernmost settlement on this particular stretch of coast, is also the most advanced, consisting of a collection of straw huts and even a few wooden structures built years ago by an ambitious priest working for the Order of St. Cuthbert, who had visions of converting the tribes here to the Christian faith. He died not long after seeing the construction of the village's 2 buildings. These buildings now serve as the chieftain's hut and a communal hall, respectively. So this would be like, tidbits that you probably would know. Probably Audrey would know this more than anyone, as you guys are closing in on it. Lavinia, is going to be doing some restocking here. And a couple of notes for that. She suggests that the expedition takes a day of shore leave on Namibe. You guys can obviously say nah, but I assume you don't do that. And so the expectation is everyone will just kind of hang out, and do some interaction, do some shopping if you'd like. In addition, the PCs, you guys can purchase potions, scrolls, wands, and other magic items that aren't made from worked metal here, costing up to 8,000 GP. So that's your limit there. You can do some shopping if you'd like to. But yeah, so you guys can figure out what you're gonna do. I have some notes here about like what the NPCs are gonna be doing during this time. But and so as soon as you guys can basically just say, this is what I'm planning on doing. And then if you had a particular NPC you wanted to like know what they're doing or wanted to interact with in some way, I'll inform you at that point what they're gonna be up to. So
I wanted to talk to the cleric about sending a message.
okay, yeah. So let's just say we just see various.
Takui pulls out a horse head.
Dang it, that's much better than I was gonna go with.
I think I missed something. I didn't understand that at all.
It's a Godfather.
Godfather reference.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Leaves a horse head in someone's
On this
bed.
day, the
Bed.
day of my daughter's wedding.
Indeed. Yeah, so we see NPCs like getting off the ship and going off into the village, getting drinks, whatever else they're going to be doing. And we see you we walk over to Benedict and ask him about sending a message. He says, hello, Takui, yes.
Hi. I was wondering if you have the sending spell.
I assume. I mean, he's a cleric, so at the very least, he can send the message the next day. So,
well, he's the one who sent the message to.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and so we can just assume he has it prepared today.
Yeah,
because it doesn't make it would just be needlessly inconvenient to say he didn't. So,
I mean, it makes sense as a thing to have on hand.
Yeah, especially for the expedition right now.
Okay, hold on. I gotta type out what I want to say. Maybe you should have somebody else go first real quick. I wasn't prepared.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, so Takui is starting to kind of transcribe a message to Benedict. And I think let's start with this. Audrin, as you're doing whatever, kind of like getting the ship moored and ready and then like seeing off your sailors and whatnot, you hear like a psst, psst, from the brig. And a one Conrad Horsecroft, who you guys have put in there, is just like kind of rattling some, so like maybe his little tin cup that you give him water with on his bars, trying to get your attention, Audrin.
Stop hitting it, Conrad. So he's like rattling and trying to get my attention.
Yeah. Captain.
Yeah, I guess Audrin goes up a little bit and like. Yes, Conrad.
Now, listen. I know we got off on the wrong foot with the entire situation with the egg and everything. But I would just like to say that I'm not that person anymore. I came on this voyage in the first place because I wanted to start a new life, and I understand now that maybe I'm not the best fit for far shore, but if you just let me go, I'll find a new way in this village. Maybe I can find transport somewhere else, but do you really need to keep me in the brig the entire way to the Isle of Dread?
Audrin thinks about that for a second, and he's like, I guess you're right. I guess I don't really need to keep you here.
Yes. So you can just
but I want
let me go. You're a
and then
cruel
Audrin
man,
just
Captain.
walks off.
You're a cruel man, Captain.
Audrin just like walks away and he puts up a hand, walks away.
Wonderful. Very good.
Any
very good.
specific finger with that hand?
All of them.
He's waving. Yeah, so I think Benedict just asks you, Takui, like, can I ask who you're sending this to?
A Mr. Deacon Ross.
Yes. He's the new District Lord of Shadow Shore, isn't he? Back
He's
in
the
Calabar?
new Boo, is who he is.
It is close to Valentine's Day.
Wanted to get a head start on Valentine's Day. Hugs and kisses.
I just want to check in.
Mr. Red.
Yeah, I just want to check in with him and so basically I just want to say, hi, Deacon, it's Takewee. How are you? Get died, but it's okay. Been thinking of you. Hope you are well. Made it to, and then name of city that we're in.
Wait, did he die?
He died and then came back.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But
Deacon would probably understand the reference. Yeah.
But he is okay.
Yep.
Got better.
Yeah, so I guess he just sends back, Takewee, it's wonderful to hear from you. So good to hear that the expedition is proceeding well. It's about time Git died. He's one of the few of us who hasn't gotten there yet. And then he just says, I look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
XO.
That's all I wanted.
Cool.
A quote that doesn't make sense out of context. About time he died.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
then
it.
Takewee sees Audryn walk by and then is conflicted. Yeah, so Anna and Delia, what do you or Audryn, what are you guys up to?
I have an idea. I'm just not sure it will go anywhere.
Mhm.
Where'd my character go? Was thinking of kind of because I've how much of a rapport have I built up with Kurgle at this point? Probably.
Well, let's make a persuasion check. See how well it's been going.
I'm not good at those.
No, you are not.
5.
5 is terrible. Yeah, so I mean, it's like, okay, so Kurgle's like not a bad guy, right? He doesn't want to be mean to you, but also you just have been annoying him. So I think like at this point, whenever you talk to him, I mean, what kind of stuff have you been saying to try to?
I've just been trying to kind of, because I was trying to figure out what happened to his friend.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
so I've
he's just been
trying to get
closed
him
off. Yeah.
What would I even do? I'm just trying to think of like what I would do to try and like.
Yeah, I mean, you could basically say at one point, or you could say now, right? Like Deli wants to try something more drastic to like get on his good side.
But being drastic is exactly is like not going to help at this point. So I'm trying to think of like what she would even do. Because I already asked him what happened to him, and he essentially just shrugged me off.
Yeah, and I think basically at this point, you maybe have been pressing further for details, and it seems like for whatever reason, like maybe it's the expedition or something that's been happening, or maybe something that's just going on in his own mind. He just seems to be growing more and more inward about the whole thing, and maybe he might have even been more willing to talk about it before like this time has gone by. So he's just grown more hardened to it, basically.
I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, and you can see that Kurgle is basically like planning on just staying on the ship. Like maybe Audryn, you're walking by, you know, going to shore leave yourself and making sure all your sailors are going on shore leave. And in theory, someone has to stay behind, but you can always make Tavi do that, right? Because he's kind of like your apprentice. You can make him do the dirty job sort of situation. But Kurgle just kind of like says, if you don't mind, Captain, I think I'll stay on the Wyvern. I don't feel much like cavorting with locals right now.
Yeah, I think okay. I actually do know what Audryn would be doing.
Mhm.
Is there a bar
Yes.
in town? Okay. Audryn's gonna go see if he can meet someone new.
Okay.
Not like pick up somebody, but like one of Audryn's favorite things to do is like sail into a new port.
Yep.
Meet some fresh faces.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think, well, is there any kind of Deli would probably go looking for magical things, just like see if there's like a magical dumpster essentially somewhere, because why not? Might as well at this point. But I think she would just kind of make a remark to Kurgle as she's leaving. I'm just trying to think of how she would word it. I think it would just be something along the lines of,
Virgo, I get it. Life sucks. But trying to get through it on your own, it's just going to kill you on the inside.
and she'll just kind of leave him at that when he says he wants to be on his own.
Yeah.
I think she'll just kind of like, fine, if you don't want to talk, fine, but like,
Curl just goes, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I should make another roll since I already rolled terrible.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's certainly not set you up for a good situation. I mean, I don't think even that's just not enough of a thing to say to like actually change his mind.
And I don't know what I could say at this point because I don't. Given what I know about Deli, what else would she say?
Yeah.
So
I think we probably reached the end of Deli's ability to handle this sort of situation.
Yeah.
So if you are still worried about this, it would probably be like going to like Takewee or Audrin.
I probably would actually talk to Audrin about this.
Sure, and I think Audrin's like leaving around the same time you are, right? Because he was just having that conversation with Kurgle. So maybe you sidle up behind Audrin as he heads off to the bar.
Yeah, Audrin. Audrin. Hello.
Sorry, I forgot your character's name.
You forgot Deli's name.
Thank you.
Think of sandwiches, and then you're halfway there.
How could you, Jordan? How could you?
I don't know. She's just so short.
So is your attention span, apparently.
What?
Audrin.
Oh, Deli. Would you catch join me?
No, but that's not the point. Urgle. I'm worried about him.
Audrin doesn't know about the interaction we'd had with Kurgle that one time. No, that was Takewee. Oh, that was Takewee. Maybe I should talk to Takewee about this then.
And Deli's about to explain all this, and then she's like, wait, no, you're not the person you need to talk to.
I'm worried about Kurgle. But come to think of it, I should talk to Takewee about this, so never mind.
Audrin just Deli just walks off, I take it.
Yeah.
Audrin's just like a little taken back, is like turns back around, starts heading towards them.
I think that's fitting. That's the thing that Deli would do.
Sure.
Yeah. Would this be where would Takewee be at this point? As you're muted.
You're muted.
And unless you're muted.
Sorry, I'm probably just like right off to the side, talking to the cleric dude.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And then like as you like veer off from Audrin, you just see like Takewee like looking at Audrin going towards the bar. And then she sees you coming and she just kind of sighs internally.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Well, you see that I'm staring at him. You don't necessarily.
It would probably be insight if you want to actually know like emotional stuff. Yeah, 18's probably good. If you're trying to hide it,
deception.
Take deception. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I don't hide my feelings well.
Not discreet at all. Deli's kind of like
Audrin's job. Audrin's great at hiding his feelings.
Deli probably goes,
huh? Oh. Whatever.
I don't care.
Not touching that with the 10-foot pole.
So Deli would walk up to Takewee. See,
Takewee, I need to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up, Deli?
You remember Kurgle's old friend, the one we?
Oh yeah, the one that made me mad.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, what about him?
I don't know, but something seemed to happen to him, and I don't think Kurgle took it very well. I've tried to talk to Kurgle, but I'm better with animals, so I don't know what to do. So if you could maybe do something, you seem to kind of bond with him that first time we met.
So here's the problem. Takewee's gonna like kind of like nod her head as you're like doing this, and she's gonna kind of sigh, and she's gonna like, listen, Deli, like I'll talk to Kurt, I'll start a friendship with him, but I'm not meddling in this mess. I've learned over the last month that meddling is just not a good idea. And I don't feel right getting myself in the middle of all this. But Kurgle and I have kind of been friends-ish, right?
Yeah.
Like I've succeeded on stuff for like him, right?
And he seems to he's seeming to be isolating himself, and I just know that's
from you because you keep bringing it up and you're annoying him.
Not just me, I think.
Okay, is it actually just me?
Cutscene after like a montage of Kurgle hanging out with everybody except Deli.
Well, so it's not just you. But Takewee and Audrun are probably the only people who he does enjoy being with. He might maybe like have like kind of like grudging respect for like Jax maybe, and maybe Nestor, but like Deli is probably pretty low on his list because of how you've annoyed him during this time. But he doesn't really hang out with anyone. But if he did, it would be Takewee and Audrun.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Kurt will hang out all the time.
I don't think you've interacted once. So.
I think maybe once.
Well, it's whatever it is.
Kurgle, isn't that what I was doing when I was under the water?
Point being is we're
Going through
some rough stuff, and I don't think it's getting easier anytime soon. And stuff like this is easier to get through with people.
Well, I'm glad that you feel that way, Deli, because you did not always feel that way.
Not with you guys, but I have always known it. It's taken some time to get used to it with you guys, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
listen, I'll talk to him more often, but if he doesn't want to bring up the friendship thing, I'm not going to force him to.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
I just don't think it's our place.
I'm gonna go back to Audrun now.
No, I'm gonna go try and find a dumpster or something.
Walks off. Not that she wouldn't say dumpster, but like the equivalent of whatever.
Right. Trash pile.
And then
magic dumpster pile.
And then she would ritually cast.
Remember, don't eat junk food.
I know.
She yells like as you're like running off.
You need to be watching your figure. Remember what happened last time.
Literally.
Don't bring it up. She's very sensitive about that.
You're right.
And then she would.
Well, it's more like don't eat stuff that you don't
right,
know.
Exactly.
Right. Like
don't eat.
Bring it to Audrun. Have him identify.
Yeah. Don't eat random.
Don't eat the yellow glow
on the side of the road.
And then she would ritually cast detect magic and wander around trying to find.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, this isn't like a city, so there's probably not going to be any.
I know.
Magic trash,
I know that, but she's just gonna. This is what she would do. She's like, let's see if I can just find anything.
Sure.
If she finds like an enchanted cow. And then eats its enchanted meat.
We'll come back to Deli. Maybe I'll have an idea there. Something she might be able to find. But Anna, what are you up to?
Oh, I think she's frozen.
Oh no!
Oh, there she is.
Nope, you're back.
You back?
There we go. Yeah, I don't. That was quite a while. Yeah.
What are you up to, Anna?
My turn. I was gonna see while we're in a village like this, if I could find anyone who might have further information about other places, like what's the name of the place? Like Tagbo, where there was the ritual place to like go to a different plane. If anybody knew of other places like that, or had any insight into the Holy Golden Yam.
Right.
I thought you were making something up for a second, and then I remembered it.
Yes. No, this is a thing.
remember.
Yes, certainly. So let me look at my notes here real quick. So the residents of Namibe are friendly and chatty, although only a few of them speak common. So you'll definitely have people who want to talk to you, but whether or not they're going to be able to, do you speak Abyssal?
I do speak Abyssal.
Well, then perfect. You can talk to them in their own language. So yeah, Anna can certainly go among the people and chat with them. And yeah, so these are, Igbaye tieflings. They seem, relatively happy and friendly and chatty. But I guess make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion check just to see like how well that comes across, how well your interaction is going. Because I mean, we know Anna isn't necessarily the best at talking to people. So
What?
if you just like randomly go up to like the first person you see and shove a yam statue in their face,
Have you seen this yam?
Exactly. That might not get the information you want, but let's just see how it goes.
18.
Yeah, 18 is pretty good. So
I've come to talk to you about my yams and flavors.
So they're definitely interested in it. And I think probably the only thing they say they don't, I think, know much about. Okay, so the first thing they do is they direct you to like the town shaman, right?
Okay.
And when you go and talk to that dude, older male tiefling, hunched over, lots of beads and feathers and things, and like a headdress and whatnot, and necklaces and stuff. And he is, sitting in his little hut with his little fire, boiling maybe some tea or something, and he waves you in, or maybe like a young tiefling warrior kind of like leads you over to the hut and speaks with him for a moment, and then says like he wants to see you, like come in, and if you come into the hut, he like gestures to sit like across from the fire from him.
Of course, I plop down.
Yeah, lotus position, and he says, "What is your name, child?"
Oh, I'm Anna.
Very good. I hear you've been asking some questions about the Elusi and what they do for the Igbaye.
Yeah, so me and the friends on our ships that we're restocking here now, we came from Tagbo and we encountered some elemental spirits there.
Yes, the Elusi.
Yes, and so they wanted us to get rid of the yam, didn't they? Like they were like take this was like out of place
here.
Yeah. So I would just say like I don't know where its proper place is. And then also there was a place where it seemed if you performed a ritual and said the right words, you could be transported to another plane. So I don't know if you have any insight about that.
I have several things I could inform you of. I'm confused as to or no, he would say, I guess the clearer thing you asked was like, where does this yam belong? So I guess he probably starts with that. He says, yes, as for the statue, it is a symbol of Njokuji, the god of yam, fire, agriculture, the one who keeps the flames, the flame in the heart of every Igbaye burning by feeding their souls. And he kind of gestures out, like as if he's gesturing to something outside of the hut, and he says, "You will find our yam fields outside of the village. It is, as far as I understand, the primary food we have been given by the gods in this desolate land. As for the," and he maybe like, he says, May I see the statue?
I'm going to roll an insight check before I hand over
Sure, yeah.
the holy golden yam. 26.
He's gonna summon a demon. No, just kidding. He seems like a very kindly old shaman who's has your best.
Gonna summon a bunch of yams for us.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's all he wants to do.
Yes, I'll hand over the statue.
He has no ill intent. He glances over it and he frowns and he says, yes, no, this would not belong in Tagbo. The design is different from this part from the works of this part of the ancient empire. I am not familiar enough with the old tales, and we have lost much of our ancient knowledge of architecture and statuary, but if I was to guess, I think this may be... I think it may belong at the heart, in the capital of Urathura, the heart of the ancient empire. I could be wrong, but if my old eyes don't deceive me, that would maybe be a reason why the Elusi would not want it there. You see, dark things happened in the heart of the empire in its waning days, and a taint fell over not only the empire as a whole, but more specifically its capital. Any artifact taken from there would undoubtedly bear this taint, and maybe that is what the Elusi speaks of. And then he seems to concentrate for a moment and look at the statue with more than just eyes. And
with his toes.
Some sort of spiritual sense, and he gasps and he says, yes. Oh, no, it is not evil. And he kind of starts handing it back to you, but it is marred, broken, not what it once was. A fall from grace, certainly.
I guess I'll take it back and just say thank you for your most valuable knowledge, honored shaman. And I do a little bow of my head while sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if he had any other insight about other temple kind of places that might have that same stuff going on.
Yeah, and I think probably what happens is he says, as for temples and shrines, there is a shrine out in the I guess there isn't forest. It's more of like a kind of savanna deserty arid landscape now. So he says, out into the wastes beyond the village, there is an ancient shrine in a grove of trees. It has been abandoned by my people for some time now. The darkness that has afflicted the empire afflicted it as well. But you may be in luck. A friend of yours, I believe, a strange birdie-looking fellow. He came by just a little bit before you did and spoke to me of this. He wanted to seek it out for himself. I can give you directions if you would like.
Sure, I'm sure I'd be able to catch up with him.
Yeah, I do not know what you will find there. But you are welcome to seek it out, as long as you promise you are not intent on harming our sacred place. Though, to be fair, to be entirely honest, I'm not sure how much more harm could be done to it, given its state.
I try and reach out, and am I close enough that I could reach over and kind of take his hand?
Probably not. The fire's big enough that.
Okay, then I just say of course I promise with my whole heart that I have no evil intent, and I'm just interested in looking at things and maybe getting rid of the darkness. Seems like he knows lots of magical things. I don't really know magical things, but I will help him if he does know something that could maybe help the shrine.
Anna's like, I don't know magical things. I know magical people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, the yam. I do know the yam.
Right. He smiles and he says, "Yes, I believe you, child. You have earnestness and trust written in your face." Yeah, he just nods. But yeah, if you go waltz into the wilderness after Get, you catch up with him not too long after that.
I start running after him.
Cool. Yeah. So we can
Speed walking.
Cut to other people. We can come back to that. So with the rest of you, what are you going to be getting up to? I guess Audrey is going to go meet some new faces. Takewee or Deli, or I guess Deli, you're going to go looking for trash.
Garbage.
So Takewee, what do you do after with the message?
That's a good question. I probably, I say I'd probably follow Audrin.
Okay. Yeah, so we see Audrin walk into the kind of like common room tavern sort of thing. And again, this is like a tiefling village, so it's probably like the communal hall that you're walking into. Probably has kind of mead hall vibes. It's certainly as close to a tavern as you're going to get in this place, and especially it's not that people like come to this village super often, but there are certainly like tradesmen and travelers and things that come, and this would be where they're kind of hosted, and you can buy food and drink here from the local wives and whatnot. There's like a brewmaster and whatnot. It definitely has a kind of more communal feel to it. It's not as commercial, but you still are kind of trading for things and whatnot. But yeah, you can get a drink or two and chat up some people. Most of the crew from both the Sea Wyvern and the Blue Nixie are here as well, including Avner, Lyrith, Tavi, if you let him, and then the Jade Ravens probably. But
I like how you're like Lyrith, Tavi, if you let him.
Oh, I just say you have control over him, so if you wanted him to do chores or something, that you have that power.
No,
I have no control over Lyrith. She can go do whatever she wants.
Yeah. I think that's the vibe we've all gotten.
I don't think anybody has
Lyrith
control.
is her own thing.
I don't think anybody has control over Lyrith. I don't even think Audrin does.
She is a strong
Lyrith doesn't have control over Lyrith.
That's what I was going to say. So I don't think Lyrith has control over herself.
She has very little inhibition.
She is a strong, independent woman who honestly kind of does need a man because
she needs someone to set her
really
straight.
needs a man.
Strong, independent, woman. Yes.
There, yeah, she is a woman. So yeah, she's drinking probably in the corner with probably like I don't know some random NPCs we don't know, I mean, there's just a couple of scattered people that you know already. But yeah, if you're looking for like fresh faces, you could always like try to talk to like unnamed passengers on either of the ships, or the Igbaye members of the village who are kind of mingling. There are certainly like curious folks who are kind of mingling around and want to get to know people, and they seem like they enjoy new travelers as long as they're friendly enough. They don't like pirates, but
yeah. So I think Audrin tries to get a flag and a veil and join one of the Igbaye.
Yeah,
residents.
let me check like African alcohol. Like what sort of like what I'm just trying to think of what they're based on. I guess fruits and grains. There's a banana beer.
Oh.
You can have banana beer. Palm wine is probably what you're getting. So
if it's banana beer, does that make them banana slammers?
Banana slammer.
So palm wine, it kind of looks like it has like a kind of milky look to it. I sent it to you, Jordan, but I meant to send it to everybody. There you go. So, made from the sap of various species of palm trees, such as the palmyra, date palms, and coconut palms. So yeah, milky kind of substance. And the brewmaster of the hall gives you a bottle, and pours your glass and kind of leaves the bottle on the counter for you. So I think it's like a big burly tiefling and his wife who kind of like who are like the brewmasters of the hall. They're both kind of like stout individuals and big belly laughs and whatnot. But
how much is he charging for the wine? If it's not super important,
enough to
okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yep. But yeah, so I mean, Audrey, you can obviously like talk to the brewmasters themselves, or you can find a group of tiefling individuals to chat up or whatever you would like to do. And if it's not, it really just depends on whether or not you want to like play out something, particularly if you have like a scene in mind, or if this is just what Audrey is doing in the background, and then
Okay. I think the best way I would say it is this. If there is any person of interest or any direction of interest that Audrey might bump into here, then we can play that out.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
yeah, I don't have any like notes. I don't have any notes on any of the tiefling villagers, right? It's mainly just like the crew themselves. Like this is a chance for you to get to know the crew better. More than anything, because of the people you're actually gonna like spend time with. So I'm sure Audrey like talks to plenty of people and is all friendly and stuff like that. But we'll probably like focus in on just the like crew specific scenes. Real quick, Takui, what are you doing? So you followed Audrey into the hall. I assume you're doing a similar thing, getting a drink. Are you sitting near Audrey, like?
Well,
hanging out,
so I think that's the
yourself?
thing is that I think she would like, because it's probably like she probably catches up after like a few minutes and then like waits for like an opportunity where like somebody's like not talking to him like immediately. Sure. And then she, puts down like a coin, at the counter to signal that she wants something. And then she sits down next to Audrey and just says, wasn't sure if you still wanted to get a drink or not, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot.
But she basically like says that, and she just says, and then just kind of under her breath, she just says, like, I hate that things have been weird. And yeah.
Well, shoot, Audrey was not.
Much
was
for
not
new
prepared
people.
for this.
Yeah,
and then she she takes like a giant swig like right after she says that.
Yeah. And Audrey was probably like in a good mood, like talking to some locals, doing his thing, and then suddenly he's like, "Ooh, yeah, this thing."
Well, I don't think it's like, "Oh yeah, this thing," because he is like historically good at like.
True. Yeah.
Internalizing everything.
Right. I'm not necessarily saying that Audrey like shows it on his face, but yeah.
Yeah. But oh man, let me think. I think Audrey chuckles, then he just says, "Well, your next round's on me," and he puts a coin down.
She says, "I'll drink to that." And then she continues to like drink some more.
Yeah, and I think maybe if there's a moment of, do you guys like immediately start into a conversation, or is there like a moment of awkward silence?
I think. I mean, I don't think. I think Audrin is very intentional with, like, presenting himself in the situation as
friendly and
friendly, and like he's not gonna let what happened like a week ago or whatever, however long ago it was.
It was like 3 weeks ago.
Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna let something like that at the very least come in the way of their friendship.
Yeah, so is it like, idle small talk probably at first?
Probably a little bit of that. Yeah, I think I'd like to think of it as like maybe it starts off like a little bit like small talk, and then like we say something and we start laughing like we used to, kind of a thing. And that's kind of what Take We wanted, was she was just like, I just like feel like I gotta like break the tension here, because it's just been like maybe a little tense the last like few weeks, and not to like necessarily the noticeable eye, but
and there's like plenty of stuff to like keep your guys' attention and be involved in. And Audrin is commanding everyone like to do ship stuff while you're on the sea, so it was probably, it wasn't like dramatically tense between the two of you, but there was probably just like, there was never really like the same sort of like the camaraderie between the two of you was like a little more distant, and it was a little bit more professional for a while there, and now it's just kind of starting to break the ice again and get a little bit more friendly and familiar again. But yeah, I think like while your guys are kind of going through that and kind of starting to ease back into like a familiar rapport, I think you hear you hear Avner in the corner say, "That is outrageous! I will not pay that price." And then like you see, if you like glance over, you see Avner sitting at a table with middle-aged tiefling male, and then like a younger, maybe like 18-year-old girl.
Oh, ew. Ew.
And Avner like is standing up and like obviously like completely like offended, and he's just like, "I will not pay that price. That's ridiculous." And the tiefling male says in kind of broken common, like, "Take or leave," and like gestures to what the woman next to him, the gal next to him.
What race is she? Is she a tiefling?
They're both tieflings, yeah.
Okay. You just keep saying girl, so I was just like,
yeah,
okay,
it's tiefling.
I want to assume.
Oh man.
I want to like just like set down my beer, just like wipe my face, and just be like, "Don't worry, I got this," and then like walk away from Audrin. And
I think Audrin's about to get up. He's like, "Come on, man."
And I want to speak to the tiefling in Abyssal.
Okay.
And just be like, whatever this guy is saying that he doesn't want to pay, just walk away from him. He's not worth your time.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, well, a 10 is not going to cut it. He just like kind of waves you off. He just says, "Not your business," in common.
Well, it's my business if you're selling this girl for this man.
"She is my daughter. This is how we do things," he says in Abyssal. He asked for her hand. I offered him price.
He's not asking for her hand in marriage.
And the tiefling is still, just because of your 10, he's just like waving you off, like, "Not your business."
Okay, now I want to like shove him against the wall and just be like, "Listen, he's not asking for marriage. He's asking to F your daughter," and then leave her.
So, slamming him against the wall is going to be a thing in and of itself. This is a big dude. So you can make an athletics check if you would like to.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to like get a sense and like wake this guy up.
Yeah, your DC is a 26.
Oh my god. Okay. Holy crap! I have to get a 19 or higher.
You gotta rage.
I can't. I'm not gonna rage right here.
You gotta rage to get advantage.
I know, but that's not Takewe's not gonna just rage.
Well, isn't she really mad about the situation? That's why
Yes, but
she's
that's
shoving
not
him
how
against
this
the
is
wall.
That's not how this works.
Okay.
The
I'm
question
just
is,
trying
how
to
many
help
drinks
you.
in is she?
I mean,
Seems like it's
2.
like 1. Yeah, 1 or 2.
Okay, then yeah. I think Audrin might get up and step in at this point.
I mean, you guys don't even know what we're saying, but yeah, she's getting physical for sure.
Right.
Oh, dang it. Okay. No.
Even advantage wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, yeah, so he was like standing up, like kind of, yelling at Avner at first, right? And then he's turning to you and talking to you, and then when you try to like, put your arm or like grab his arm.
Is that funny, Bubby, that Mummy failed her check? Is that funny?
So funny.
He's
When you like grab his arm to like start like shoving him towards the wall, he's like a brick wall. Like literally, you just like grab and then he's just like nothing, and he just like looks down at you like amused. He says, "Leave us, woman, now."
I think at this point, Audrin's like notices this. Actually, should I roll perception? Should I like?
Well, so if Audrin's like standing there. I think honestly, at this point, Avner just says, "It's not even worth it. I'm leaving. I'm not paying this price," and he just like starts to walk off himself. And then the tiefling like gives you a look like, "Look what you did."
You're welcome, she says in Abyssal.
And we see the tiefling girl like sad. Like, oh, I thought I was going to marry a handsome stranger.
No, wasn't going to marry her. Wasn't going to marry him.
Yeah, they kind of like huff off from the hall. And yeah, we just see like Avner like go back to the Sea Wyvern, and he just kind of just like stays on the ship all the rest of the day because he's just like
oh, angry. You know what I should have done? I should have unarmed striked him and used my tavern brawler feat. That's what I should have done.
I was half expecting a brawl to break out, a tavern fight to break out there, but
talk about a ballroom blitz.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
More like barroom blitz.
Yeah.
Does Takewe say anything to Avner? I don't know. Listen, I guess you're horny, dude. We've been at sea for a couple months now, but like,
Gosh.
Yeah, so he walks
can't
off.
Take advantage of these people.
Yeah, take your Audrin do anything, or just let them all walk off?
I think because he walked off, Audrin's going to let him like walk off, but Audrin's also going to keep a steady eye on him now.
Sure.
Well,
he goes back to the ship basically.
Yeah.
And at that point, you can maybe just like make your way back for a moment, talk to Kurgle, and tell him to keep an eye on him because
I think that's yeah. And actually, I think I grab I don't know if they do drinks to go. If there's a way to do a drink to go.
I mean, you
could I like buy the glass that it's kept in?
Probably, yeah.
I'd probably buy a big glass and bring it to Kurgle.
Yeah, because so I think what he kind of did is he like set down like a bottle and gave you glasses, and the intention is he would get them back. But if you like put down another coin down, he's like, oh yeah, go ahead, take it.
Yeah, I think Audrin does that and brings the whole bottle to Kurgle and says, "This is for you, and can you keep an eye on him? Make sure he's not up to any funny business."
Yeah, so I feel like maybe this kind of like slightly breaks up the good time you and Takewe were having there.
I mean, I think after that, Audrin heads back.
Yeah, but did it ruin the mood? Like, does Takewe go and do something else, or what?
I was actually gonna see if I could bond with Lyrith a little bit,
okay.
And do a performance for the bar.
With like
Audrin just walks back in to whatever this is.
Right.
Because like we're both like musical. Like, can I like convince her to like maybe like do like a musical number with me for the bar?
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Yeah, so you walk over to Lyrith, and she is drinking with what's his face? Tolan?
Yeah.
Tolan Gisborne.
Oh God, no. Okay. Okay. That's slightly better than Avner. I'll give him that.
Yeah, she's kind of like giggling and grabbing his arm.
Okay, it's way better than Avner. I don't know.
I mean,
It is.
I mean, it's fair. They're both like,
It's not even that Tolan is like good. It's just that Avner's so far down that
Look,
right?
Tolan's got money and skills. Like
Yeah.
Avner just has money.
And Tolan's attractive, I think.
Mhm.
So he has all that going for him.
And Avner looks like Nigel Thornberry. So, but yeah.
Hey,
so she's
hey,
like,
if that's your thing, that's your thing, man.
I don't know why that got me so much. It did.
What's the thing that Nigel Thornberry always says?
Smashing.
Smashing.
Smashing. That's the one. Smashing.
Smashing.
What is that? What is Avner into? Smashing.
Oh no.
That's what I just said.
Oh, no. So yeah. Lirith is like giggling with Tolan and grabbing his arm and kind of leaning towards him, and you come over and what do you say exactly?
Takewe's, she went back and grabbed her drink and is over there and she says, "Hey, Lirith, we should liven up this place a little bit and do like play some music while we're here."
Yeah, I guess just go and make a persuasion. You're just kind of like presenting it right away to her, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. 19's not bad. Too bad you didn't get the crit success.
I know.
But yeah, I think there's probably like a slight conversation that happens where she says, I'm a little busy right now, Takui. And Tolan just says, "Nice to see you, Takui. Lirith, why don't you show me what you can do? I know you were a bard, but what can you play? Do you sing?" And Lirith, once Tolan kind of is into it, she's just like, "Oh, well, I mean, if you want to hear me, yeah, okay. Takui, did you have an idea what you wanted to do?"
Yeah, I was thinking I could play an old tune from my hometown, and you could just maybe add some lyrics to it. And then she takes out like her flute.
Sounds good. Yeah. So, she nods. She says, I think I can do that. I made up folk songs before." And she stands up, kind of follows after you, kind of looking back at Tolan and kind of like laughing and smiling. Like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this," sort of like, I'm so embarrassed going off in front of everyone. And if you guys like set up in a place in the hall, we just like say a word to the brewmaster.
I put down like a coin and then just like say like, "Do you mind if we play a song?"
"You paying me to bring in customers? No, don't mind at all."
"Well, we'll see if we're any good."
Right,
she jokes in Abyssal.
And
you guys bardically inspire each other.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was like, before I like put my hand on her shoulder and just go, like,
"Oh my gosh, it's Tenacious D."
What?
This is not Tenacious D.
I'm just imagining. Sorry,
reference.
I'm just imagining scenes from the Pick of Destiny right now with these two.
Okay.
That would be if it was Audryn and Avner, maybe.
I don't know about that.
I don't think we have a Tenacious D.
Well, I'm thinking it because I'm thinking of the part in Tribute where they both look at each other and they go, "Okay," and they play the first thing that comes to their heads, which just so happens to be, it was the best song in the world. Okay, you have to roll in that 20 for this.
But yeah, I want to like vertically inspire her and be like, "Don't be nervous. I know that you can do this. You've done this before. And who knows, maybe you'll impress somebody."
Yeah, and I think she nods and like, accepts. Yeah, she feels inspired, and then that's when I think Audryn walks in, and Lirith glances over at the door and glances back at you, maybe notices a look, and she says to you to do bardic inspiration. Maybe you will too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm being that obvious.
How about you roll a deception check?
Okay, fine. 15.
We'll see. Do. She's actually not good at insight.
Oh, doesn't matter. She
But it
still beat
doesn't
me.
matter.
I suck. So it
Amazing.
doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, she says that, and then Takeway just like grits her teeth a little bit, and she's just like, okay,
Wonderful.
moving on.
Yeah, so I think it's very much like you're playing very. Oh, well, actually, go ahead and roll a performance check. And we'll just say,
am I rolling my flute or am I rolling performance?
let's just have you roll performance.
Darn.
And are you better at your flute?
Yes.
Yeah, then that's
I'm
fine. Go.
Because I'm
ahead.
proficient at it. So.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll
and
that.
I'm rolling with charisma.
Yeah, and do
assuming.
it with advantage because I won't make a roll for Lyrith. She'll just be helping you basically.
Why did it not go? There we go.
Whoa! Crit
So
success.
Roll that. Roll that.
See, they are Tenacious D. I called it.
Break 30, break 30, break 30.
They just so happen to be the best song in the world.
Waiting for the die to roll.
It just says rolling the dice, rolling the dice. There it is.
Oh.
It's We're so good.
I love how many times this has happened where someone's gotten a very high roll, but not quite 30, and then like an extra die has gone up to 30.
I get so hyped for a
Yep.
30.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Look at that 30.
I wish I was hyped for 30. I'm not enjoying 25 that much.
3 years until 30. Yeah.
30's not much better.
So, Takeway, you do masterfully, obviously. And Lyrith isn't bad herself. And I think what I was imagining from Lyrith probably is she's focused on trying to impress every male in the vicinity, and just kind of generally being like slightly kind of tipsy flirty with her singing, like kind of like messing up, quote unquote, but like laughing about it. And it's all kind of part of her kind of like flirty, like folk singing kind of vibe that she has. And someone gives her a drink at one point and she like downs it in the middle of like in between two verses and then starts singing again. Like that sort of is what I'm imagining. But at one point, I think everyone is just like starts to like clap on beat to like the kind of rhythm that you guys start getting going here. And by the end of it, it's the whole hall is filled with applause and everyone loves it. And Lyrith is, like bowing extravagantly, like, oh, no, you're too kind.
Excellent. I just wanted that nice bonding moment with Lyrith because she and I, like I know that we've had like some moments, but like we're definitely not as close as like Tabby and Audrin, kind of a thing.
Yeah, so there's probably like a moment at the end when the applause is happening where Lyrith looks back at you, kind of like just surprised by the whole thing and just like happy surprise, like kind of blushing. And she looks back at you like really excited. She's like, oh, did you see? That was amazing.
So at one, because I said Audrin would be walking back probably into this. So at what point does he catch this? Or what?
I think you walked in right before. I think you walked in right before it was happening.
Okay, so he saw the whole thing.
Yeah, well, because I mentioned that Lyrith noticed you come in right before the performance started. Yeah.
Okay, right.
To inspire Takeway to be better. So, yeah. So, everyone loves it and enjoys it tremendously. And bonding moment with Lyrith. And then,
and then we're all laughing and having a good time. And I go back down towards Audrin and start drinking some more. And
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like everyone's having a fantastic time.
Audrin is showering you with praises of that amazing performance and is genuinely surprised because he hasn't seen you do it before, I don't think.
Probably not.
And at this point, I think, she's probably acting more tipsy than she really is. But, she is definitely like, just, and it's probably part of the high of, like how well that went and stuff like that. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I haven't played. Oh, probably since my village. Wow. That worked out a lot better than I thought it would. I'm quite happy. Yeah.
Audrin's just like, well, you deserve it. Great job.
Thanks. yeah, I miss them a lot. So it was nice to feel like back at home for a little bit.
Okay, I want to insight that.
I mean, I don't know what you want to know from that.
I want to know. I want to know if there's a little bit of pain.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Aldrin's not the most perceptive.
No, but Takui pretty much sucks at deception, so I guess let me.
Yeah, go for it. There you go.
Okay,
You
yeah, I get away with that one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Audrey might say something like, "I'm sure they'd be proud" or something.
Yeah, and Takui continuing to kind of hide it off this like adrenaline high, just says,
"Yeah,
I hope they are." And then in her brain, she says, "I very much doubt that, though."
Yeah. So I think we cut over to Delhi.
Oh, perfect! Because I just finished with something. I finished with something a while ago. I've been waiting to send you guys.
Amazing.
Wait! Wrong chat. This is Delhi's new shark token.
Oh God!
Oh my gosh!
All right.
I love her so much.
Yeah, let me drag that on real quick.
She's so kawaii.
Yes, I was gonna say super kawaii. That's a shark.
Wow, now I don't even need a birthday present. This is already it.
I will say this. I tried to do the same thing with Dolphin and Wolf.
Yeah, it seemed like this would work really
with
well.
Dolphin and Wolf, try googly eyes instead.
At what it looks like. But let me. It just doesn't work. Like here, I can send Wolf here in a second. It's just it's bad. It's bad looking.
There it is.
So cute.
Kawaii this yo. But yeah, Delhi, I think really I think the role, just make a luck save for me. Right? That's really all that matters here is do you happen to find some random magical thing that you can eat?
No.
With a 13, I mean, you find something, but it's not like the perfect situation. You know what? Let me think about this for a moment.
While you're thinking, I'll send the derpy looking wolf. Granted, with the wolf, I just took the googly eyes I was working on. Not the googly eyes, the anime eyes I was working on. Tried to patch them on, and it just doesn't work.
Bro, like on a random table, oh my gosh, no.
Yeah. See, it doesn't work with the wolf.
No.
The shark is just perfect.
It's because of the way the face is.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. The shark, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I even like cleaned up like the scars and everything on the shark.
Right. No, it looks good. Looks great. I think I might just like legitimately go with Jordan's joke suggestion, and I think you find an enchanted cow. I think you just suddenly are like walking into the fields, and there's just a cow that's like emitting magic from him.
What in the world?
Yeah.
What kind of magic?
That's a good question.
Abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment,
Let's say
illusion, necromancy, or transmutation.
Transmutation. Let's say transmutation.
Wait, what's
transmutation?
So it's not.
Get out.
Oh no.
Get out right now. No, he just left. He just left the stream.
Jordan, now it's all going to be out of order. No.
It's not out of order because Jordan's the last one in the. It's just
That's
probably messing
true.
up the overlays for a second.
Yeah. Now that I changed it, it's all good. So there you go. But yes, Dilly, you
Wait, I have to send Jordan, tell him to come back.
I'm sure he will. You find a cow that has transmutation magic on it.
So is it not actually a cow then?
You don't know.
What is going on?
Like honestly, I'm confused. but I don't want to use my magic on it because
Hey,
that
because if they just like transmute, like prisoners into like animals, we could totally do that to Conrad, right?
Conrad.
turn him into a cow and eat him. You know what? Oh frick! I don't have speak with animals prep. I wasn't expecting this.
No, you don't have speak with animals prepared.
No, I mean we could.
Amazing.
Could we retcon it to say I do just for the sake of the thing?
Make a luck save.
Okay. 8. No.
Well, you have a bonus to this. You have a proficiency bonus to it.
Oh. That would just be
11.
a 11.
If it's 11,
yeah.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll switch out. We'll switch out animal friendship for speak with animals. I didn't even think I'd need spells.
Now
if we're
you'll be
doing
able to
like
talk to the cow, but he's gonna hate you.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, but animal friendship would cost a spell slot, and I don't want to waste a spell slot. I would ritually cast speak with animals just to figure out what the frick is going on.
Yeah. What do you say?
It takes a minute to ritually cast.
What happened? Hi. What happened to you?
And now I have to figure out what indeed did happen. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. How are you talking to me?
Magic.
Yeah, and this is like a bull. I think it's not like a super intimidating looking bull, but it would be the runt of the kids. Whatever. Welcome back, Jordan.
I appreciated the joke, George.
No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, but he the bull's just like confused, like, how are you? What?
I'm a special kind of person.
I'm a special kind of girl.
I'm
you know what? I
special,
don't
like
actually. It probably wouldn't be confused because likely the shaman of this village is a druid. So yeah, it's probably more like, okay. Let's start from the beginning here again. So you just say, well, what happened to you, right?
Hi,
Like,
what happened to you? Something's different about you.
Oh, who are you?
Oh, my name's Deli.
You're an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what? Why did you decide to talk to me randomly? Why would you talk to a random cow?
You've got magic on you, and that's not.
Thank goodness
not a
someone
normal
noticed.
cow.
Finally,
Notice what happened.
something very wrong. Obviously,
Yeah, and are you like not usually a cow?
no.
Oh, what are you then?
I'm a person.
Like a human?
Honestly, I've been a cow for so long, I don't really remember.
I don't think cows have that long of a lifespan. Actually, what is the lifespan of a cow?
Everything is a little confusing. I have memories of having hands, and then I have hooves, and
20 years.
What? But why are you a cow?
I think because I did something wrong.
So you're supposed to be a cow then?
Well, I don't think I'm supposed to be a cow, but maybe someone else did.
Someone thinks you're supposed to be a cow, that's for sure. You don't remember
Can you change me back?
why? I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so? You can't or you won't?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to roll something to see if I even know. What would that be? Because I have like dispel magic.
Arcana.
I have no idea.
With a 7, yeah, who knows?
I mean, I have some magical abilities, but I don't think what happened to you is gonna. I don't think what happened to you I can help with.
Well, that's
I
great.
think you've been.
Glimmer
I
of
think
hope, taken away.
I'm sorry. Hey, I noticed you.
Just like when I was castrated a couple of years ago. What a life.
You mean cow straight?
Get out.
No.
Deli is turned into a cow.
Look,
That's a rude thing to say of a lady, Caleb.
It already happened once.
Yeah.
Look, maybe I can ask around and figure out what happened at least.
I think if you do that, you'll probably just be on the side of the people who turn other people into cows.
I'm
My personality trait is I feel tremendous empathy for all who suffer.
Mm-hmm.
So
look, let me just figure out what the heck is going on, and then I'll see if I could maybe help you.
I already told you what the heck is going on. I got
I
turned
don't
into
know.
a cow, and I
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to.
But like, is it like a curse? Was it like just a spell?
Of course,
don't
it's a
know.
curse.
Oh, then I definitely
My entire
can't help.
existence is a curse.
I don't have a way to help with curses. Sorry.
Well, great.
Look, I'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
I leave to go try and find.
I'll
like,
be here, being a cow.
someone being a steer.
Yeah.
See, I'd like go into the village and like try and find
Does anyone know about about a polymorphed cow?
See, I just like go like try and find someone that looks like someone who would know something about it.
Go make a investigation check.
I'm not rolling well.
With a 12, I think the closest you get is someone eventually points you to the shaman, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe you turned him into the cow, right? And you ask, and the shaman, do you know how to speak Abyssal?
No, I
Okay.
know Draconic, Common, and I know Druidic. If
Okay,
he's a druid.
it's true. Yeah, do you want to try talking Druidic to him?
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
I
like
won't-
a sign language, I think, right?
yeah, we've determined.
Do you know anything about the magical cow?
Huh, magical. I guess at first he would just be like, oh, another, you know the language.
Yep.
Fascinating. Where did you pick it up? Who trained you?
I wasn't exactly trained in this, and I think
would it be safe to say I probably just picked this up like when I was just traveling abroad?
Well, no,
Probably
wasn't it like wasn't there like a druid in the circus at some point who taught you it?
I don't know if we've ever determined that.
That's what I remember. It would
I mean,
have
it
to
would
be
make
something like that, right?
It would have to figure like someone in the circus.
Someone
knew
at
it.
some point knew druidic, and wasn't it like you used it to secretly talk to each other so that no one can hear, right? Like while you're in cages.
Oh yeah, I think we
Yeah.
talked about that. Yeah.
I learned it a while ago. It wasn't from another druid. I don't think anyway.
Interesting. It is a very exclusive language. I don't know how you would have, but no matter. Why are you here? Oh, yes, the cow.
It's one of life's greatest mysteries, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are any of us here?
Yes, the cow. And he says, honestly, none of us know why he's like that. I noticed that he had transmutation magic on him at one point, but he doesn't remember exactly how he got there, and so we just thought it was best to just raise him as a cow.
So none of you know why he's a cow.
No, he wandered into our village one day as a steer.
Okay.
Or probably as a bull.
He said it was castrated a few years
Yeah.
ago. So it would've been-
He got a lot easier to manage after we castrated him, so it was for his own good.
Oh boy. Okay. You don't know if he's like cursed or if it's just a spell or
It's one of those. It's entirely possible that he was a dangerous criminal and was made into a cow to keep him from harming anyone else. And so I don't really have the ability to turn him back. So, but even if I did, I don't know if I would at this point, especially.
I don't either.
Well,
I mean, I know what it's like to be an animal, but it's not exactly something I'd want to be in for a long period of time.
honestly, at this point, I'm worried that if we turned him back, he would just still act like a cow.
Yeah, I've had that happen a few times, you know. You're a dog for a little bit, you come back and you're wondering where your tail is.
Exactly.
Actually,
You
I
spend
guess-
enough time in a shape and it starts to dominate your thinking.
Wait, do dragonborns have tail?
Yes, I think so. No.
Oh, so it's like
No, they don't. Yes, maybe? I don't remember.
They do.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Yeah, that's-
so. What I say?
Yeah, you're a dog for a while, then you're wondering why your tail's all scaly and not furry. It's a little disorienting sometimes. Forgetting you can't breathe when you're not a dolphin. Underwater.
Yeah.
I know, well, actually, shark.
Yeah, both.
No, but I don't.
I don't know if dolphins they can't actually breathe.
Oh, yeah,
underwater.
right. They're mammals.
They're mammals.
Yeah, so he just kind of like shrugs. And he says, we're taking care of him. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay, well, he doesn't seem to like being a cow.
No, he doesn't, but he's like, I don't know what to do about it. If you want to
Neither
take
do
him, you're
I.
welcome to. If you want to see if you can get him fixed. Or, we already fixed him, but
already
like fixed in a different way.
I can't really help. I don't know if a cow would be very helpful on a boat.
Another weird magical creature you can bring along your journeys. This time, the cow spirits will come and say, no, he was made into a cow for a very specific reason.
The cow spirits.
Well, I guess it would be. They turned him into a cow, so maybe it is just the genies in it, and they just come
He
back.
was turned into a cow by the council.
Exactly. No, I think it's literally like the genie Senate just comes back and said, what do we say? Stop messing with magical curses that we give to people.
This was a genie too. Now he's a cow.
He's actually a cow genie. He just doesn't know it.
I didn't hear what you just said. Seth broke.
I think Seth saw my image of Telly in Facebook
I see.
Messenger.
But yeah, I mean, Deli, if you would like to talk to the cow more, you can.
I don't know what I'd say.
Yeah.
I'll say, look, maybe I can find something while I'm gone. We'll be on our way back eventually.
Hey, by the way, do you know where I can get a good steak around here? Okay, when I said that Deli finds a magic cow, that's actually what I meant, is that she finds meat that she can eat and
I
gain
see.
her powers.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could.
So probably what I'd do is I'd go back to him and say, like,
Hey, look, I talked to the local shaman. He doesn't know why you're a cow either. So
Deli's not laughing, that's just
look, I can't stay here, but I'll be on. We'll be back here eventually. I'll see what I can find out. I'll
Well,
talk to.
I might be dead by then, but I appreciate the effort anyway.
I'm sorry.
It's all
I
right.
really wish I
I've
could
talked to a
help.
few other people like this, and they've basically said the same thing. Don't
If
want
you'd
the
like, we
hassle.
can put you out to pasture.
Don't want the hassle of dealing with magical cow guy. I get it.
Look, I'd help if I can. I just can't, okay? I don't
He like turns away and won't look at you anymore.
whatever.
This is now one stuck-up steak.
Cool. Yeah, so I think we cut back to Anna. So you catch up with Git. And he's, heading off towards this shrine out in the wilderness here. And then eventually he just says, it took you long enough.
Well, somebody forgot to tell me what they were doing.
He said, I heard you asking around about the yams, so I knew you would come here eventually. In whatever, gibberish sort of way he could say it, right?
Yes. Yeah, but it could also just be easier to tell me, and then I would just come along and not have to speed walk.
He stops, looks at you, says, come with me. And then he starts walking off again.
I would like to gently slap him upside the head to do no damage, but just a little.
He just says, ow, that hurt. That's not very nice.
Well, leaving people behind isn't very nice either. Let's get to this temple.
Touche. Then he starts waddling off. And I'm thinking like kind of like watering hole situation, crumbling stone temple shrine looking thing, kind of nestled in next to some acacia trees. And he kind of just starts like poking around it. It doesn't seem like there's anything immediately there that's like jumps out at you or whatever. And I think he says, dark things here.
Yeah, that's what the shaman was saying, is that there's darkness that came around this area. Can you get rid of it?
I can do anything, ma'am, he says.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll an investigation for him, which he's going to fail handily with a 6. So at one point he just like stops wandering around and poking things and just like folds his arms and he says, well, I got nothing.
Can I investigate, I guess? I couldn't help him because I don't even have it trained.
But yeah, you can roll yourself if you'd like. The exact same roll.
On both.
Yeah. It's amazing. The one thing you can do for sure, Anna, is you can just make a religion check if you'd like.
Okay.
Right.
That would be better.
That's like your skilled thing.
17.
Yeah, so with the 17, it does seem pretty obvious that it's just like, abandoned elemental shrine, similar to what was before. This one seems specifically geared towards water, which makes sense because it's like by a watering hole. It doesn't seem like the watering hole is like desecrated or anything like that. It really just mainly seems like, if anything, like the watering hole looks just kind of like dead, and I mean there aren't any animals here. It doesn't look like it hasn't turned into slime or anything, but it does seem like maybe the vibrancy of this area has maybe left a little bit. And in terms of like religious significance, you do know that obviously there must be some sort of like loss of influence the Lucian once had here. In terms of like the iconography you see on the side of the temple. One, it tells you is like water focused. 2, it says something along the lines of, it's probably like the local water spirit actually like lived in this place, and once it left, animals stopped coming to the watering hole, and eventually it just kind of, whether or not there's water still here, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of dead. And I mean, with a religion, you could ask me a question or two if you'd like as well. But I'm not sure how much more just like the normal iconography would tell you. It's not like no one like graffitied on the side and said Demon X was here or anything, right? So
Right.
Demon Ex Machina?
Is there any, like, is the water spirit dead, or did it just leave and go somewhere else that it could be found? I don't know if it would say anything about that.
Did it turn into Salune?
Yeah. I don't think a religion check would give you that. You can make an Arcana
Okay.
check, and maybe even can make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help. I'm once again not
Yeah,
trained in
yeah.
the skill.
He is though, so I'll just have him make that check. With a 16, I think he says, he kind of does a little like play acting for you for a second, right? And he sits on the he sits on the
show.
Yeah, he sits on the shrine and says, you have no right, and then stands up and pretends to be another person who's like shaking their finger or whatever at the person on the shrine, and then says, "Get out! You don't belong here!" And then just kind of mimes that for a second. And so you get the idea that like whatever demon or whatever came around, it like chased off the spirit, didn't kill it, but like kind of like chased him off or captured him and dragged him away, that sort of thing.
Wow. And the shaman said it seemed like it was the same kind of thing that happened in the capital.
Yeah, so it definitely seems like it was connected at least, right? So whatever like wave of destruction happened after the capital fell, demon taint included, right? Like affected this shrine just as much as everything else. So and probably more so like there places like Togbo or what that place we went in the side story back near Calabar with like the ghost guy. Stuff like that is a little bit would probably be the things to survive intact the most because they were far away from the capital, but they were also big enough on their own to have kind of like inherent power that couldn't be immediately overrun. Like small shrines like this, the ripple effect of the general like fall of the empire. A lot of these sorts of shrines had no chance because one demon could just come and kind of chase out the spirit and do whatever it wanted to do because the kind of system was failing in general at that point. But I think Git honestly maybe says like he leans down into the dirt and says, "I've picked up his trail."
Oh, okay.
And
are we gonna kill the demon? Is it like around here, or are you talking about the water spirit?
He nods after you say that, like indicating the last one, and he says, he suddenly has like a very feminine voice and says, "Please help me! I'm in distress." And then like points off in the direction he had the trail going.
Oh, we're just gonna go rescue it right now?
He shrugs, like, I mean, maybe that was my plan.
Would I know if this is like a thing that us two could handle on our own?
You're not sure. So I guess maybe he says, "Do we need help?"
I think it would be a bad idea to have more people. What if something happens to us and then we're just in the desert and nobody ever finds our bodies? And then Father Valentine would be very distressed about that, I think. And think about Deacon Ross. He would be probably kind of annoyed with you.
Yeah, he nods. He says, "Yes, let's go get your brothers." And then he waddles away back towards the town.
He waddles till the
Yep.
very next day.
Comes back to the shrine and asks, "You got any water spirit?" Nope.
Do.
Amazing.
The shrine says no.
Exactly.
Why would I have that?
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I think like Anna and Git probably go back to town, and I'm gonna check my notes real quick to see if there's any other thing that's going on. I mean, probably, yeah. Let's just do that. Let's take a quick break, and then we can have Anna and Git come back and let you guys know, hey, there's a water spirit we can get back for these kind folk. Want to do it? And then we can kind of pick up there if that makes sense to you guys.
Everyone else says no, we don't.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out when we return on Terra Invicta. Stick around, we got more episode to come right after this.
Why won't it turn off, Caleb?